Hey everyone, Hobbit Falls here. Sorry I haven't really been active. I've been pretty busy. As most of you do not know, I am a huge fan of Robert Louis Stevenson, mainly his book Treasure Island. And over the years since I have read it, I have discovered multiple versions of it for TV and movies. And I thought I'd like to talk about the ones I have seen and as far as I remember them and just talk about them, like my feelings and stuff like that. So, the first one I can think of is the 1987 anime version of it. It I barely remember it. However, I do remember two things. One of them was that Jim had a pet cheetah, which was interesting to say the least. And Silver didn't look that old or that ugly, which is a really weird thing to say about, Long John Silver, the guy with the peg leg. The next one I'd like to talk about is the Treasure Planet cartoon, the Disney one, which I honestly think is an underrated movie. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. It's up there with like Mulan and all those other ones. I just really like the dynamic between Silver and Jim, and I just thought their relationship was really good, and I just really like the characters. Next one is Muppet Treasure Island. I only have one thing to say about that. Tim Curry as John Silver was probably the best casting choice they could probably make for Silver. He's a great Silver, and I really liked his character. Then we go to the old 1934 black and white one. Honestly, I think the black and white gives it more of a character, and it's one of my personal favorites. I really like the ending when Silver gives Jim his parrot to keep, and I thought it was very sweet for them. Next one is the 1950 Disney version. That one's another one of my personal favorites. I really like the casting they did for that one. Who else? Don't remember the actor. I think it's James Newton that played Silver. He's really good as Silver. Um, the actor that played Jim was really good too, and I really liked Dr. Livesey, and I'm really glad that the actor that played Livesey was good because Livesey is my favorite character in the book. Speaking of the 1951, Disney actually made a sequel to that one, Long John Silver's Return to Treasure Island, who has Robin Newton back as Silver. But I think they had different Jim. They had a different character for Jim, actor for Jim. But I just thought it was pretty good. I kind of don't remember. It's been a really long time since I've seen it, but it was really good in my opinion. Then there was this one. I was on Amazon one day looking for Treasure Island movies, and I found this like Russian German. I don't know what language it was, but it was probably the weirdest one I've ever seen. The editing was weird. Uh, I don't. I don't really remember what happened because it's like they go through like all the main things, Blind Pew and like they get the cook. They discover that Silver is actually a pirate with the other pirates. And then I think after they all leave, where most of the pirates are dead, it just like flashes back to the beginning, and it's oddly, oddly edited. And I don't remember what year it was that this was made, but it was just it was a really weird movie. After that one, I have the 1973 cartoon. It was surprisingly a musical. I think it was originally made in German because the video I saw on YouTube that has it had German subtitles. Surprisingly really good. I really actually like the jokes. Redruth doesn't die in this one, so I'm pretty happy about that. Also, there's like this little mouse sidekick thing. He's interesting, but I actually really like the characters in it, and it's actually a pretty good movie. Then there's a 1987 cartoon one that I think I've only watched once and I barely remember anything about it. It it's like somewhere hidden in my mind, but I don't know where it is anymore. After that one is the 1991 with Christian Bale as Jim, and that one's definitely one of my also personal favorites. I really love the cast they got for Smollett and Livesey and Trelawney, and Silver. I forgot who all played them. I just only remember that Christian Bale played Jim Hawkins. But everything else was good. I really loved. It was one of my favorites. I watched it like 12 times already. It's pretty good. If you want a really good Treasure Island movie, I'd say check out the 1991 version. Then we get to the 2012 miniseries that has Elijah Wood as Ben Gunn, and I did not like it. It kind of delved away from the book. I understand that Trelawney is not really smart and a little greedy. I mean, he's not smart at all. He hired a crew based off what a cook with one leg says. But he wouldn't be this greedy that he like risks his life when Jim's throwing over the gold. He's like, you know what, this whole thing wasn't worth it. All that's happened is not worth all this gold. He starts throwing the gold over the ship, and then Trelawney's like, no, wait, and then just jumps off the ship after it, and then he's dead. But one thing I actually did like about that miniseries was that Jim's mother and Silver's wife do become friends later on, and I thought that was cool because all I remember in the book is that she got like mentioned once, but I kind of wanted to learn more about her. So seeing her become friends with Jim's mom was pretty interesting. Then there was this 1987 live action miniseries where it's like Treasure Island, but in space, kind of like Treasure Planet, but not really. I kind of remember a little bit of it because I'm pretty sure I only watched it once or twice, and it was a while ago. But it's actually pretty good. Like, if you want to watch it, it has English subtitles. It's in German, but if you want to read English subtitles, if you speak English, it's pretty interesting one. You can check it out on YouTube. If you just look for Treasure Island in Outer Space, you'll be able to find a playlist of all the episodes. Next one is the 2005 cartoon. I watched it once. I bought it at a flea market a few years ago. The parrot would not shut up, and it was just so annoying. That's all I remember. So yeah, I'm not gonna watch that one again. And then there was a cartoon show called Legends of Treasure Island where they were all animals. It was interesting. Spoiler alert, the ending ended with Smollett getting killed. I don't know why they decided to do that. That was pretty upsetting to me because I really love Smollett as well as Livesey, but Livesey's alive, so I'm pretty happy about that. And there was also this random chick, I don't even remember her name, but she wasn't in the book at all. I'm like, it was weird. After that one, there's another TV show, Return to Treasure Island. My favorite character in that one had to be Vanderbracken. He is amazing in my opinion. You can find almost all of the episodes on YouTube as well for this. It's really good, and it's basically a few years, probably like 6 or 7 years after Treasure Island takes place because it now has adult Jim instead of kid Jim, or like teen Jim. But the story's pretty interesting. I really liked it. Smollett's back. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Livesey and Trelawney are back for just a little bit. Silver's back because, of course, he's back. But besides that, it's pretty good. And now, we come to the last one. The 1999 one. It is probably the worst version I have ever seen. First off, it completely goes off, like derails from the original book. It wouldn't. The characters don't make sense at all. For instance, Livesey would not just make Jim not part of the people who get the treasure, because he warned them about the pirates. of course he should get, part of the treasure. And he's the one who found the map, too. Kind of, yeah. Livesey would not trust Jim. Even, yes, he does go over the side hides, but he basically goes to see what the pirates are planning. Smollett, maybe at first he probably wouldn't trust Jim, because I remember in the book in the beginning he didn't really like Jim that much. But like over periods of time, he does begin to like him and sees him as like someone who he should protect and sees him as someone who's a friend, along with Trelawney. Trelawney's just a moron in this one, and I really don't like that because he's actually pretty smart once he gets like, over his initial shock, like, oh no, it's the cook I hired had pirates. I mean, that was kind of dumb on his part, but besides that, in this version, he's just not likable at all. And the editing is so bad, but it makes the movie seem shorter than it actually is. But maybe that's what I like about it, because I wanted it to be over as quickly as possible, because the characters are all wrong. All wrong. The only thing that they probably got right was Silver, and that's it. The ending is horrible. It's basically, oh yeah, my friends lied to me. I'm not going to be part of the treasure anymore. They killed off the doctor, the captain, and the squire. And then they just sailed off laughing with the treasure. And it's Jim, Ben Gunn, and Silver. And it makes no sense because Ben Gunn does not like Silver. He would not go anywhere with Silver. And back to the Livesey thing, it's still the Livesey thing just is probably the one that makes me so mad, because in the book he really, really cares for Jim, and after like if you've read the book, you know that Jim's father passed away in the beginning, so I see Livesey kind of as a father figure to Jim, and that's why I really like the 1950 and the 1991, because they kind of go on the fact that Livesey really cares for Jim, and I really like that. This movie completely just gets rid of that. Just gets rid of the entire idea of that. And it's like, oh yeah, no, Livesey will definitely make sure Jim gives up his part of the treasure. It's like, yeah, no, cut him from it. Yeah, because he's nothing but like, no, that's completely wrong. What else is wrong with this movie? It just makes me mad thinking about it, because it doesn't make sense for the characters. I mean, even the 2012 kind of had Livesey, like, still like Jim, not not the 1999 version. Like, I understand if you want to do like a more dark version, but actually make the characters, like the characters in the book, because if it just doesn't make sense that all three of them would turn on Jim like that, and it wouldn't just would really. Oh, and at the beginning, near the beginning too, where Jim discovers that Black Dog is in the spyglass inn, and then there's just like this whole Scooby-Doo chase scene, and it lasts like 5 minutes, and oh god, it's like it's a horrible, horrible version. I regret watching it. I never want to see it again. So basically, in my opinion, if you had to pick a Treasure Island movie that is close to the book and is really good with characters, I would say either watch the 1934 version, the 1990 version, or the 1950 Disney version. I gotta basically do not watch the 2012 or the 1999 version, because the 99 version could just go, burn in a fire.